Welcome back to MMA Al Dente. I'm here to talk about David Onama versus Gabriel Santos. This is an awesome fucking fight. David Onama is 29 years old, 10-2 as a pro, and he's got 2 inches of height and 2.5 inches of reach over Gabriel Santos, who is 26, I think, and has a record of 10-1. Very similar experience, very similar records, and both very impressive prospects. I still think the loser of this fight has a very high ceiling, even if it's Onama, who has already lost twice in the UFC. Gabriel Santos has lost once in the UFC, and you should argue, in my opinion, that he won that fight. That was against Lerone Murphy, who is one of the best fighters in the world. I believe he's got a good ranking, and Santos gave him hell. Definitely got the better of him, in my opinion, but he lost a split decision because shit's gonna happen. Ask Andrea Lee all about it. She'll tell you all about it. But Santos is a very versatile fighter. 3 knockouts, 4 submissions, 3 decisions. He's a guy that mixes shit up very well. He's gotten a head kick knockout over who's that? I don't know. Barbosa. I can't read my own writing, but I saw it anyway. He knocked out Jose Delano with a body shot in round 3. That was very impressive. Beat that guy Elvis Brenner, who got a bullshit decision over Zubaira Tukhugov, I think, earlier this year. But he's in the UFC now. And he should, in my opinion, have a win over Lerone Murphy. Gabriel Santos should have an immaculate record, and having a win over Lerone Murphy, he's got a very impressive resume. Very, very impressive. I think this is going to be a fight that's a war on the feet. I do think Onama's got better power, even though Santos is dangerous and maybe more durable. Even though Onama's never been finished. He's been rocked before, of course. But Santos, I think, is overall a better fighter. Even though Onama's very good on the ground, I think Santos is more comfortable working at a higher pace in a jiu-jitsu battle. David Onama can fight at a high pace as well. If he couldn't, he would have been finished in one of his 2 losses. But I think Santos is going to have a little more hustle here. I really trust, and I trusted what I saw from Santos before he fought Lerone Murphy, even though I picked Lerone Murphy to win that fight. But after the Lerone Murphy fight especially, I really like Gabriel Santos. David Onama, he's got a record of 10-2. 10 finishes, 6 by knockout, 4 by submission, and 2 decision losses. They're to Nate Landwehr and Mason Jones. Mason Jones did a lot more wrestling, ripped him to the mat multiple times, and was just too much for him. And Nate Landwehr got him in the full mount and then got up. It's the exact fucking opposite. But Nate Landwehr outworked him and outlasted him, and that fight was a fucking war and a half. A real battle of attrition. And David Onama, his stock jumped despite him losing that one. So I like David Onama, even though I just built up Gabriel Santos. And yes, spoiler, I'm picking Santos. I think there's value on David Onama. If he is able to win the wrestling battle, if he wants to wrestle and find himself on top of Gabriel Santos, he's a problem on top. Ask Garrett Armfield about that. Got him out of there with the arm triangle. But on the feet, Onama, even though he's vulnerable, he's still very dangerous. Look at what he did to Gabriel Benitez. He's very dangerous. He's a guy that I think is very dangerous early. When he gets a knockout, it'll be early. If he gets a submission, it'll be a little later, like the Garrett Armfield fight. But very versatile guy, and his chin has never failed him. Even though he's been rocked and he looks vulnerable, as I said, and whatever, he's never gone down. So in this one, I'm expecting a really fun fight. I'm expecting it to go the distance, but I'm staying away from this one. I'm not betting on this. Gabriel Santos is my pick. His money line is minus 245. I can't bet on that at all with the amount of respect I have for David Onama. So just staying the fuck away from this one. Enjoy this fight. I hope it's awesome. I hope it goes to a fucking draw so neither one of these guys' stocks gets hurt too badly. Like, share, subscribe, all that horseshit. Check out my other videos.